Welcome, seekers of forbidden knowledge. In the shadowed annals of the Ars Goetia lie spirits whose names rarely surface in cinematic depictions or popular grimoires. These are not the familiar 72 Baal, Astaroth, or Belial, but lesser-known entities whose whispers can shatter minds and whose powers skirt the edges of comprehension. Today we journey beyond the well-trodden path to unearth the fearsome lore of 10 obscure Goetic demons. Prepare to peer into uncanny realms where knowledge, power, and terror intertwine. Marbas, the president of Hell commanding 36 legions, is sometimes invoked for healing, but at a steep cost. Unlike benevolent physicians, Marbas's cures involve bearing raw truths hidden within the body, tumors transformed into writhing serpents in dreams, organs of the heart revealed as twisting gears of an eldritch machine. He teaches secret arts of disease and restoration. Yet those who seek his aid frequently find themselves bound by compulsions to dissect their own flesh in feverish rituals. Marbas's Sela circle, pierced by a jagged cross, must be engraved in iron or etched upon the skull of a sacrificial animal. His summoning ritual demands the tincture of nightshade and mandrake root crushed under the pale moonlight. Witnesses recount the demon's form as a towering figure with leonine jaws, a serpent coiled around his right arm, and eyes aflame with surgical precision. To call Marbas is to dance on the edge of life and death, while a conductor unseen guides the scalpel. Bifrons, an earl and count of 26 legions, is the arbiter of tombs and hidden knowledge. Ancient funerary rites grant him passage across worlds of the dead. In return, he reveals secrets of necromancy and the celestial maps of departed souls. His presence is often announced by shifting shadows in catacombs and a chill that freezes bone marrow. Summoners seeking his wisdom must inscribe his seal to interlocking triangleson papyrus made from burial shrouds and burn the ashes of a coin minted in a homeland now swallowed by war. Bifrons appears as an emaciated scholar with multiple eyes along his collarbone, each orb reflecting a different plane of existence. He speaks in whispers that echo like wind through empty vaults, divulging methods to raise ancestral specters and bind them to mortal will. Yet his gifts twist like embalming fluids, those who meddle risk being drawn into the realm of the dead themselves, corpses reciting forbidden liturgies in the darkness. Phenex is a marquis, appearing as a majestic phoenix perched upon a column of flame. He commands 20 legions and governs sacred poetry, celestial music, and philosophical revelation. Yet his melodies conceal madness, verses scribed in broken tongues, arias that unravel sanity, and harmonies that summon spectral choruses, chanting prophecies of oblivion. To call Phenex, one must carve his Sela-stylized bird rising from ashes into consecrated cedar wood and let it smolder in frankincense smoke. At the stroke of midnight, the summoner recites a litany in classical Greek, inviting the demon's song. Witnesses describe hearing ethereal choirs that fade into tinnitus, leaving echoes of lamentation in the skull. Phenex grants knowledge of the cosmos's hidden symmetries, but those who listen too long find themselves haunted by private dirges, trapped in loops of beauty twisted into despair. Foras, a president commanding 29 legions, reigns over logic, rhetoric, and the occult art of memory. His teachings unlock eidetic recall, revealing every secret ever encountered, yet at the peril of becoming a living archive devoid of emotion. Summoners must draw his Sela square circumscribed by 4 Arelson virgin parchment soaked in angelica oil and seal it with molten lead. Foras appears as a stern philosopher clad in a toga, eyes aflame with Socratic zeal. He imparts methods to recall past lives, decipher lost languages, and unravel the patterns of fate woven into the tapestry of time. But those who master his art often find themselves trapped within their own minds, reliving every trauma and joy in endless replay, their humanity reduced to a vast, unmoving dataset. Alloces, a duke of the infernal realms, commands 36 legions and offers mastery over astrology, geomancy, and the craft of dreamwalking. He is depicted as a fearsome bull adorned with celestial glyphs and crowned by a ring of fiery stars. His Sela bull's head, enclosed in a 7-pointed star, must be inscribed on silver or drawn in blood ink. Alloces appears during the hour of Saturn, leading dreamers through astral gates to glimpse future calamities or hidden truths. Yet his guidance comes at a price. Recurrent nightmares of falling galaxies, cosmic storms that unravel the psyche, and waking visions where the sky bleeds ink-black void. Summoners often find themselves unable to distinguish between dreams and reality, haunted by prophetic horrors that manifest in waking life. Furfur is an earl commanding 29 legions, lord of storms, lightning, and unholy love. He appears as a hart with fiery antlers, or, upon the conjurer's insistence, as a winged man wreathed in sparks. His Sela lightning bolt intersecting a heart must be drawn on parchment soaked in rose oil and scorched at the corners. Furfur can invoke violent tempests or inspire uncontrollable passions between lovers, but always with a twist. Those struck by his lightning find themselves bound to the storm's eye, compelled to repeat acts of destruction or ecstasy until the contract is fulfilled. Summoners report sudden thunderstorms in enclosed rooms and whispered demands of burn together, as if the very atmosphere grows voracious. Glasya-Labolas, a president with 36 legions, excels in teaching all arts and sciences and inciting bloodshed. He often appears as a winged dog with griffin claws and eyes that gleam like polished obsidian. His Sela canine skull, encircled by a double ring, must be etched in demon's blood on obsidian or carved into a hunk of black jet. Glasya-Labolas offers mastery in subterfuge, alchemy, and the secrets of carnage, enabling summoners to orchestrate violence with surgical precision. Yet every act of bloodshed sows seeds in the conjurer's soul, turning them into vessels of unending fury. Witnesses describe hearing distant war drums when the demon is near, and tasting iron in the mouth before nightmares of butchery unfold. Sabnock, a marquis commanding 50 legions, is a patron of fortification and warcraft. He appears as a soldier clad in iron armor, riding a pale horse, lance in hand. His Sela fortress turret, flanked by crossed spears, must be embossed on steel and cooled in the blood of a fallen soldier. Summoners invoking Sabnock gain strategic brilliance, invulnerable defenses, and knowledge of siegecraft. Yet every rampart erected around their heart becomes an emotional citadel. Stoicism turns to apathy, loyalty to paranoia. Associates of Sabnock's devotees often vanish, rumored to be consigned as offerings within hidden vaults. The demon is said to erect secret fortresses in the conjurer's spirit, sealing away empathy in stone. Stolas, a prince commanding 26 legions, is a master of astronomy, herbalism, and the secret names of celestial bodies. He appears as an owl or raven-headed man, wearing midnight blue robes spangled with stars. His Sela star within a crescent moon must be traced on indigo-dyed parchment using ink of powdered starlight collected via scrying mirror. Summoners call upon Stolas to gain insights into planetary alignments, rare herb lore, and the influence of comets on destiny. Yet peering too deeply through his telescopic gaze reveals cosmic horror madness, inducing visions of dead suns and caravans of withered souls drifting across night's canvas. Many who seek his guidance end in obsessive stargazing, eyes hollow, whispering coordinates that lead them into deserts at midnight. Andromalius, a chief baron with 36 legions, enforces justice among spirits and uncovers thieves and hidden treasures. He appears as a man holding a serpent in one hand and a staff crowned with a lantern in the other. His Sela-coiled snake overlaying a pentacle must be engraved on copper and carried in a pouch bound by a thief's knot. Summoners enlist Andromalius to recover lost items, unveil traitors, or mete out karmic retribution. Yet invoking him often attracts vengeful spirits and spectral informants who clamor for release, whispering debts owed in blood. Those who call upon Andromalius without caution find themselves besieged by apparitions demanding their own sorrows be avenged, leading to nights stained by vengeance beyond mortal reckoning. These 10 obscure Goetic demons dwell at the fringe of occult practice, each bearing gifts that seduce as easily as they destroy. From Marbas' surgical revelations to Phenex's maddening harmonies, from Alloces' astral storms to Andromalius' vengeful envoy, their domains span healing, knowledge, war, and justice. Yet every boon is bound by a seal of peril. Should you dare trace these sigils, remember, invocation is not entertainment. It is an irreversible pact. As you walk the razor's edge between insight and oblivion, ask yourself, do you seek power, or is it power that seeks you? Thanks for watching. See you next time.